It's Katie, and welcome to or back to my channel.
Pick your season or occupation. It's time to send in your application. Get to know your short-term friends you only talk to till summer ends. The best way.
If you're anything like me and you love anything summertime, anything like beachy or anything like that, this video is for you. Today I will be making or teaching you all how to make a necklace that is kind of summery, and you all have seen me wear it in the first video I made, the blue and white one. I made that. So yeah, today I'm going to teach you how to do that, and I will go through everything that I have and where I got it from. I love these necklaces so much because they're just fun to make and they're really cute. So I'll just go, so the string that I am using is this little black string. It's a, it's called Stay Elastic. I think they still make this, I'm not sure. But the YouTube video I had watched when I first started making these used a different string than I use. It is like, it's not this, it's like rubber. No, I don't know what it is. I'll put a picture on the screen if I can find it. I don't like the feeling of that on my skin. It just feels weird, so I decided to go with this one because it's more comfortable. The other string that I was just talking about, the other reason why I don't use it is because whenever I'm trying to tie the clasp to the string or whatever, the knot won't stay knotted. So I've just decided to use this. This is my mom's. I'm not sure where I got it, but I'm sure you can get something similar to this from on Amazon or any craft store in your area. First thing you'll obviously need to make these is scissors. It don't have to be this scissors exactly. This is from a bracelet kit. I'm not sure that what brand these are, but I mean you can just use any scissors. Honestly, would be good. Are the beads. Now, the beads that I'm about to show you, it did not come in this. They did not come in this package. They came in like boxes like this. This is my bracelet kit. So it came in like a box like this, and the beads, that's a little smaller. However, the bigger beads and the smaller beads came in separate packages, so they were not in one package. This box right here my dad got for me. It is from Michael's, I believe. I'll show you all what it's in here. Okay. So, these are the smaller, I believe these are these are the smaller beads. Now, before you say anything, yes, I know that does not belong in there. It's fine. So, these are the smaller beads, and these are not all the colors I have. They just didn't fit in this container. So, here, and then these are the bigger beads. So, some of them are kind of mixed together. But yeah, color. So, yeah. I love these so much. You can see that I've used the blue and the white quite frequently. And then over here I just have a variety of different types. As you can see, I have tried to make rings, have not been successful. I'm still trying to figure that out. So I have crystals and then a bunch of other beads. Right here is where I keep all of my clasps. So I have the bigger and smaller ones, and then this one is for earrings, which I don't really wear earrings, but they're there. And I'm not really sure what these are for. And then here, this is for earrings. I'm not sure what this is. I think these are for earrings as well. And then here are the little loops you clasp the lobster clasp onto, and then there's the bigger ones. I'm not sure what those are for, and then there's some like mixture of like big and small on those, and then that one I believe is another clasp as well. Things I just showed you, those came in a separate pack, so those did not come with the beads, so you will have to buy those separately. But those came in a plastic container that every time I tried to open up, stuff would just go everywhere, so I was like, my dad said, I'll just get you a pack. So this is what it was. Yeah, so this is just the stuff you'll need. It's your beads and your clasps, of course, and this and scissors. So let's just get on with it. To measure the length of the string that I'm going to cut, I'm going to use this necklace that I made. If you all want to see a video on how I made this, I will probably make a separate one. But this is a hair wrap necklace. I don't know if that's the actual term for it, but that's what I call it. Hair wrap necklace it is. But yes, if you're trying to figure out what length of string to make it not so tight, you can just use a tape measure, or you can just use a piece of string that you, or a necklace you already have and you want to base it off of that certain length. These necklaces, I will say, over time with this string in general, it will start to sag, I guess, and fray. So this probably is not the most convenient and good string to use, but it works for me and I like it. So you don't necessarily have to use this string if you don't want to. Use any string that works for you. I have used embroidery floss before, and that's worked pretty well as well. It doesn't fray, and you can tie it really easily. As you know from these bracelets, they're pretty easy to tie. Same with this one. I like this because it's stretchy. When you are going to put the necklace on after you make it, do not put it over your head, because I learned that the hard way and they break easily depending on how many beads you have on the necklace. But they do last a long time depending on how often you wear them. Let's just get started. I've said that the second time, so let's just get on with it. Okay, I think you all can see this. So here is the necklace that I made, the hair wrap necklace. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this string and kind of match it up to this size. Now right here I have the clasp, so I probably will make it a little longer so it's easier to tie onto here. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And of course, when you start putting the beads on, you can just cut it to the length that you want. Okay, and again, these do stretch, so. Okay, so we have this extra string right here. I'm going to put that on the side. I'm going to do the thicker beads so you all can get a sense of how they look like. I think I'm going to go with these two colors because they're pretty. So if you do end up getting this pack, there is a little press thingy button right here that you press down and open these little containers. Now for the clasps, I usually do, depending on what you want, I will usually do the smaller one just so it doesn't look so chunky. And that's how small it is. So put that aside, put it on like a table wherever you are so you don't lose it, because those things are you can lose them pretty easily. For the little loops, so you have this choice, which are the bigger ones, or you also have this one. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with this size just because that's the one that was on my hair wrap necklace. So these do vary in size. So there's this size or this size. So these are two different sizes right there. I'm going to go ahead and use the bigger one just so it's easier to clasp onto. When you are trying to tie your clasp to the piece of string, I would tie it about 2 to 3 times depending on how tight you want it. I'm going to tie it onto here, like I said. And the good thing about this string is that when you're tying it, you can kind of stretch it, so it's easier to tie. And these are really fun to make. I would not advise wearing these in the water or in the ocean, whatever. I mean, you can. I haven't really tested that ability quite yet because I made these when it was winter time, so I'm not really sure how well they will sustain in the water, but you do that as you want. So we have this tied onto here, and before you think, Katie, you have extra string, should I cut it off? No, don't cut this off quite yet. You might want to tie it when your beads are on so nothing kind of loses. So you don't really necessarily have to copy this pattern that I am doing. I'm just going to be alternating between colors. When you put your bead on, and if you get the same string that I'm using and you're like, Katie, it's fraying, don't worry, don't fret, just take your scissors and just trim it on the top so it does not fray. You can kind of see it's fraying on the top only because you've been putting beads on. So you're going to take these scissors and you're just going to trim it just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this, and I don't want to waste y'all's time of me just watching me do that. So I will see you all in a couple of minutes with this fully filled, and I will show you all how to tie the little loop to the string. I finished the string, putting the beads on. So now I have all of this rest of the string right here to tie the little loop on. Okay, so you're going to take a extra piece of string. I've already cut it. It can be the length of another bracelet that you, or another necklace that you had, or it can just be just enough for you to tie it on. You're going to take this little string and get one end, and you're going to take your little loop and kind of tie it on, kind of like you did with the clasp. Now, like I was saying, this part is kind of tricky, so you're just going to tie it twice or 3 times like you did with the lobster clasp. And if your necklace does end up breaking, just do the same process you would for the clasp. You're going to do the same process, and you're going to take it and then loop it like that and bring that string in. So you're going to take, don't tie it quite yet. You're going to poke a finger through, or 2 or whatever. You're going to take it, and you're going to take this string and bring it all the way down. Take the end with your little loop and tie it like you would a shoe. Okay. Now, you're like, Katie, that is a bundle of mess. So you're going to tie it, and you can tie it a couple of times, like I'm going to tie it a couple of times. Now you can take your scissors, and you're going to trim the areas. You don't want to trim it too short. You like all of them the same size if you would like, so you don't, but you don't have to. Okay, so kind of what I've done before is I kind of tugged on this to see what happens, and then I take this and kind of go like that. Now, another thing that you can do is you can take your string, or what I've done in the past, I've taken some embroidery floss, and I've gotten a similar color to the beads. So I'm going to choose this color because it kind of matches the beads. I'm going to take some string, kind of cut it the same length you did before. I'm going to take this string, and I'm going to kind of like you were doing with the the little loop, you're going to tie it, and you're going to tie it around your finger like that. And then you're going to take, you can fold this if you would like. I'm going to take it, pinch it, grab it so it's through the embroidery floss, and then I'm kind of going to push it down and tie it like that. I'm going to just tie it a couple of times. This is kind of what's worked for me. This is not generally what the tutorial said that I followed. Since I wear these almost every day, that I've kind of made up my own rule of how I want to do it. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to just cut it just a little bit like that. And if you want to, you can take your embroidery floss again and just tie this area. So you got your necklace. Yeah. Voila. Alright, y'all, here's the necklace on. Yes, it is a little loose than what the normal ones are, but I kind of like it loose so it's not like suffocating me. You can make it shorter using less string to make it any size you want it to. But yeah, this is what it was. Don't put it over your head when you're putting it on. Just bring it around and clasp it together like you would a normal necklace. That's about what you do to achieve this necklace. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial on how to make my favorite necklaces. I will link everything that I got or that I have below so you all can figure it out and see if you need to buy stuff or if you already have it. If you would like to see a tutorial for this necklace in general, yeah, feel free to comment down below, and I probably will do this regardless if anyone comments. I will see you all in the next video, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon and the thumbs up if you're feeling nice. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Let's clock out, you and me. Wander around West County. Take my hand, shop and see. Only get paid hourly. We can couple, I can drive. Listening to Jackson 5. We can make it, we'll survive. Though we might be